Alright, hello everyone, this is Crota coming at you. Whoa, hello, volume's a little too loud. Hello everyone, this is Crota coming at you, giving you game 2 in the series between Nicker and Hopestar. Gonna go ahead and speed things up just a bit. I don't know if you can tell, but I do have a bit of... Let me turn off... There we go. A little bit of, well, rush in my voice as I am going to be taking care of a lot of things. Anyways, on the bottom left-hand side, we have Nicker spawning as the blue Night Elf. Meanwhile, we have Hopestar spawning on the top right as the red Undead. Demon Hunter quickly picking up a Circuit of Nobility as this game is already underway. Wow. Feels like I've only been casting for 20 seconds and still 2 minutes have somehow gone by. Death Knight now making his way down to the bottom left-hand side of the map, as we are also looking at a ghoul trying to do a little bit of pulling back here. Unfortunately, there are no observers in this game, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to try and keep track of creep camps, as we see that the Death Knight, with Unholy Aura first, is now making a rush inside of the main base. Now, this is pretty interesting in that the Demon Hunter also knows that Mana Burn is not going to be very, very effective at all. You can take a look at this. Skeletal Minion may get taken down. Yes, does get taken down. And at the hands of the Demon Hunter, no denial from the Death Knight. Not quite sure why, as the Archer pretty much was already safe back within the confines of home. Hopestar not playing all too well there, as we see more skeletal minions now making their way in, but now we see a sea of ghouls now making their way down. This could potentially be a bit of a problem, as that many ghouls can spell certain death to an unsuspecting Night Elf. Night Elf, currently sitting at 21/30 supply, only has one Ancient of War out, and with only one Ancient of War out, this could be a lot of problems. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at how things are going to go down now. The Death Knight does have Dust of Appearance, as the ghouls are just rushing around on the inside of this base already. Archer quickly gets taken out. Let's take a look at this. This Moonwell may get taken out before... No, it is going to get repaired now, but it is getting surrounded, absolutely surrounded here. That is a lot of damage. There is a detonation taking out a Wisp as the Ghoul gets taken down by the Demon Hunter. So far, you can see that the Wisp are doing their best to absolutely repair this one particular Moonwell, as the Moonwell is, well, about to fall. Let's take a look at this. The Ghoul now trying to pull himself back, and it looks like he will be able to do exactly that, as we are now looking just at a lot of pressure on a single Moonwell. One Moonwell may finally go down. Yes, there it goes. And the more precious cargo behind it are these Wisps back here. And the Wisp, are they going to get taken down? Wow, that Wisp is so far back there that it doesn't look like it could get taken down at all. Alright, Ancient of War now in a bit of trouble, as the Ancient of War does move relatively slowly, unable to really make anything happen here, as the ghouls are now looking to back off. Alright, one low hit point ghoul is backing away. Another ghoul was able to block this, and some early action in this fight here, as we are looking at an Ancient of War taking a bit of damage still. Skeletal minions doing a lot of damage here. Ghoul trying to get away. The Ghoul will most likely take 2 slashes. Yes, does not even worry about it at all, as we are looking at a Ghoul getting taken down there. Alright, skeletal minions attempting to take down the Ancient of War, but that is not going to work, as a new Ghoul now rushes back in. No, he decides to back on out of there. Not a very good spot to be in at all, as the Death Knight needs to squeeze on out. Ancient of War perhaps should be picking up, should be eating some trees, as we are now already getting up a Panda in the middle of the map, as we are already tech to tier 2. We are going into a graveyard. You can see a lot of low hit point ghouls did make it back home, as we are now teching the Black Citadel already. Death Knight now making his rounds all the way back home. No more charges of Rod of Necromancy, as a Panda at level 1, looks like he did get 1 ghoul kill, is still retreating back home. Alright, Essence of, or Blight, really giving some additional heal here, as the Death Knight, and the Death Knight just trying to heal up as much as possible, perhaps bring back all of these ghouls for an upcoming fight. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter with the Panda looking to clear out some creep camps, quickly selling a 200 gold item there. as the Demon Hunter does have 2 circlets of nobility, Tome of Strength given to the Panda, as this may be a bit of a problem as the Panda is currently low on mana. You can see the amount of ghouls being added, and this is going to be a problem. You can see the sheer number of ghouls as the Demon Hunter now in a little bit of trouble, will be forced to try and run away. The Demon Hunter really going to get a big jump on that ghoul. The ghoul, it's still taking a bit of damage, and it looks like he will be able to run away, but what is this? The Death Knight now runs straight in here to try and get in some extra damage. No, without the ghouls to support him, he cannot deal any damage, and Hopestar once again a little bit hopeless in terms of his strategy as it appears to be a bit lost. We are getting the Lich. The Black Citadel is nearly up. We are going into the slaughterhouse. So if Hopestar was just hoping and rushing to late game, that could be a decent strategy. You can see that the Death Knight is still sitting at level 1. Fortunately for him, the Demon Hunter and the Panda have not gathered that much experience yet. Ancient of Lore right there. There is a Breath of Fire. Are we going to see one Ancient of Lore get canceled? It looks like it could get canceled. Down to 17 hit points, and down to 4 hit points, and one more blow would have done it. Why back off? You were at 1 blow away from taking down the Ancient of Lore and resetting it, but instead things just go from bad to worse. Death Knight still sitting, or now sitting at level 2, finally gets Death Coil as we see a Wisp who may get taken down here. Is he gonna get taken out? It looks like, yeah, come on, just attack it. Come on, just attack it. There it goes. All right, the Death Knight finally gets a kill there as we are now going into the Obsidian statues. You see one Obsidian statue is out. The Death Knight picking up some items. Gloves of Haste may be given to the Lich for that Orb of Corruption bonus attack speed, as we're looking at where that Lich will travel on to next. All right, ghouls making their way out. Panda getting to level 2. Lich does get the Orb of Corruption and Gloves of Haste, as I mentioned earlier. Panda picks up a Goblin Shredder, and that seems such anti-lore for Night Elf. Hey, we're not harvesting lumber fast enough. What can we do to speed up the Wisp? Let's just cut down the trees instead. All right, Goblin Shredder making its way over here. You can take a look. Dual Ancient of Lores, but we can see one Crypt Fiend, Orb of Corruption on the Lich, and a Death Knight with actually some hero nuking power. Oh, this could be a very, very bad news as the Ancient of War quickly gets taken down. Oh, Army, Book of the Dead quickly used, and Book of the Dead is also known as Book of Win if he can get it to work right. All right, poor Crypt Fiend needs to be healed. Was not healed. Mana burned just far too much, and that Book of the Dead completely shifting the balance of power as the Obsidian statue now trying to get back. All right, Death Knight able to retreat with all of these units right here, right now. Orb of Corruption still on that Lich, and we pick up a Naga Sea Witch. So this is going to be some very, very heavy pressure here in just a moment, as the timed life is all that we're waiting for on these summoned units. All right, no, the timed life not going to be the big issue here. We're going to go ahead and straight up fight here as the destroyers come in, and the destroyers devour magic all of those units. What a huge turnaround. A great play. The rush to destroyers really working out there for him, as the destroyer gets an extra 200 mana faster then you could devour all of, well, just as fast as he could devour all of those summoned units and also give experience. You can see the Lich and the Naga Sea Witch both getting closer to level 2 already. Death Knight sitting at level 2, Panda sitting at level 2, as we're going to be looking at the ghouls making their way in now. All right, let's take a look at this. Ghouls going after the druids, or sorry, the dryads. The dryads pretty much in a really good spot there, and Nicker just absolutely destroying Hopestar, the undead right here. Not quite sure what he was really hoping to do running into that location. That was not a good spot for him to be in, as you now see an Obsidian statue joining the ranks. All right, Death Knight has Scroll of Healing. That is going to be very, very helpful. Let's take a look. Can the Death Knight perhaps get the other heroes to level 3? That is a very big question. And if they can get to level 3, that would really put the Night Elf in a bit of a defensive posture. He cannot go creeping right now. if he tries to go creeping, he'll end up running into his opponent, and that is not a spot where he wants to be. His opponent has a severe tech advantage on him, and even if he gets into the bears, that's not going to be a good spot. So the Death Knight is going to be able to creep in peace for a little while longer, as we now see the Death Knight getting shooed away by that Demon Hunter. All right, wait a second. How is there... Oh, Wand of Illusion. One of those is an illusion, and I am absolutely confused because... Oh, there he goes. There it is. There is the illusion now making its way back down. You can't quite tell because there is no observers in this particular game. All right, Death Knight now making its way in. Are we going to see Devour Magic? No, going straight after the Druid of the Claw. The Druid of the Claw ends up getting surrounded here, and a beautiful, beautiful surround using the Wand of Illusion to get the Naga Sea Witch and the Lich up to level 2. All right, let's take a look. Lich takes a boulder to the head. Much more painful than a boot to the head, as we're looking at the Death Knight now sitting at level 3 with a Robe of Magi. However, we now have a bunch of ensnare going down from the Forest Troll High Priest and the Forest Trappers, and that's going to be a problem as the Panda does make his way back out. All right, Druid of the Claws. Oh, Devour Magic to remove the debuff of Drunken Haze. I did not, for some reason, I did not realize you can do that. And that is going to be even more powerful as we now see the Destroyer once more getting ensnared. Abomination does have Disease Cloud, making it much more difficult to engage with bears and dryads, as that damage over time really, really lasts a severe, a really, really long time. Death Knight still sitting at 3. Lich and Naga Sea Witch both sitting at 2, as things are starting to look very good for Hopestar. Will Nicker be able to perhaps make a bit of a play and come back? That is the current big question. Back over here, Ogre Lord getting a little bit just surrounded and confused. That slow poison from the Dryads really poking away at the life of that Ogre Lord and just trying to pad him and block him all the way back home. But instead, now we're looking at a rather large army, well actually rather small army, pushing inside the Night Elf base. Let's take a look. 59 over 60. I guess a lot of units are still making their way over, as an Ancient of Lore will get taken down, and perhaps he should really be going after the Moonwells at this point. The Moonwells would make a bigger impact, as it would prevent much of the healing. Goblin Shredder now making its way over, and that was a bit of a mistake. The Goblin Shredder should not have joined in on that fight that early. The Destroyer really making short work of that there, as we see a Death Coil now come down onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter now sitting rather comfortably, still has a potion of invulnerability, still has a potion of, or a scroll of healing. So he is really not in any danger right now. Meanwhile, Druid of the Claw taking a lot of damage. Staff of Preservation saving a bear there, as we now see a Fork Lightning come down. Potion of Invulnerability onto the Demon Hunter, as the Demon Hunter looking very, very strong, trying to just absolutely tear through everything. Scroll of Healing now used. Druid of the Claw now comes back over, and oh, he does back off just in time. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter is in a little bit of trouble. He Staff of Preservations himself, or sorry, the Panda Staff of Preservations himself back in order to get into a good spot. All right, Abomination falls. Demon Hunter, oh, Death Coil, as we now see the unit still falling back here. Is still very, very strong pressure. Dark Ritual onto the from the Lich in order to prevent the experience game. As was that a death pack? I'm not 100% sure what we saw there, as we now see that the Demon Hunter rather low on hit points, but doesn't have to worry about Frost Nova because of that anti-magic potion. Very, very huge anti-magic potion right there, as we now see the Crypt Fiend still pushing forward. This is a very big deal. Let's take a look. Very low hit point. Druid of the Claw sitting in the backfield. You can see the Disease Cloud making a very big difference. Now sitting with a Rejuvenation instead. And wait, did he have Rejuvenation? No. Moonwells are what is keeping him alive, as we see one Ancient of Lore still cranking out the bears. All right, Death Knight sitting at level 4. Lich, no, sorry, 3. Lich at 3. Naga Sea Witch at 3. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter is at 4 and the Panda is at 3. Endurance Aura is provided by that Panda for a faster attack speed, as the Death Knight backs off for really no apparent reason. He has the superior army, and now he's going to be trying to creep out relatively low-level creep camps. I don't quite agree with this at all. He should have been applying pressure or going after higher level creep camps. The creep camps that he's going after is not in any way, shape, or form really that difficult and won't be giving him that much experience. The Death Knight may get to level 4 here, but level 4 really not that important of a level unless he really did get Death Pact over Death Coil. All right, Ogre Lord taking a fair bit of damage. He's now trying to back away. Meanwhile, the bears are right here, and we could be having a bit of an engagement. The Death Knight quickly Frost Novaing, and really what happened here was, I believe, Night Elf really overestimated the size of his army, or underestimated the Undead. By the Undead purposely backing off there, the Night Elf thought perhaps, hey, you know what, I'm still in a good spot, I can still keep the pressure down. And that was definitely not the case. Nicker now down to 41 supply. Meanwhile, his opponent sitting at 54. And now the Death Knight gonna just finish off this creep camp here and definitely get to level 4 now, as he did take down a bear earlier, and the bear just gave him enough experience to get to level 4 here. All right, Troll Berserker falls, level 4 now on the Death Knight. And we do have level 2 Unholy Aura. Level 2 Unholy Aura, faster or better regeneration, faster movement speed once again, as the destroyers are now heading back. Death Knight picks up Legion of Doomhorn. How funny is that? Perhaps the worst item for the Death Knight to pick up. Quickly sells, or he's going to be selling that item. There he goes, picks up a Scroll of Healing. No big surprise there whatsoever. Lich and Naga Sea Witch now finishing off this Ogre Mauler creep camp to the north. Death Knight now joining in on some of the experience grab, as you see this creep camp getting cleared out. So far, the Death Knight is looking really strong and now picks up a Wand of the Wind. With that Wand of the Wind, neutralizing 2 to 3 bears, that should make a very big difference. The problem will be those Dryads have Abolish Magic and should be able to neutralize that Wand of the Wind. Wand of the Wind taking out 12 supply of your opponent's army is absolutely huge, as we're now looking at the Dryads looking to push in right here. All right, Abomination taking a bit of damage. There's a mana burn onto the Nagasi or Lich, as we now see the front lines completely collapsing. All right, Staff of Preservation saves a low hit point bear. Death Knight now arrives to the party, and a bit of damage being dealt. All right, Potion of, or Wand of the Wind quickly used, only to get it countered pretty much immediately as the Death Coil now goes down. So far, both sides are fighting, and it looks like Nicker is still having a very good time here, taking down all of these units, as the Crypt Fiend now going to get taken out, and now Nicker has the upper hand. Nicker really coming on strong, even though he just lost a bear right there. Are we perhaps going to lose more bears? If we lose another 2 bears, no. Another bear, Staff of Preservation saved, and another bear gets taken down there. That was a huge loss, as now we see, Stormwind, who picked it up? I believe, yes, the Panda did pick it up. The Death Knight now trying to run away. Potion of Invulnerability used, and now the Demon Hunter seeing that level 5. Death Knight is still right here, and the Death Knight gets Staff of the Preservation. All right, this is still going to be a very big fight here. Can the Naga Sea Witch slow this down enough? And wow. Both sides losing a lot of units, but Staff of Preservation for the Night Elf really giving a big advantage, saving not only the Demon Hunter, but 2 Druids of the Claw who were near certain death. Obsidian Statue healing back up. 3 Obsidian Statues, 3 heroes. Lich sitting at level 3, Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 3, both of them very close to level 4. Death Knight shouldn't even be here. If the Naga Sea Witch does not hit level 4, it is going to be because of that Death Knight. And yes, the Death Knight stole just the right amount of experience to prevent that Naga Sea Witch from hitting 4. All right, Death Knight now going after the Nightcrawler, making sure that there isn't too much poison going on with that army right there, as we see the Huntsman and the rest of this Murloc creep camp fall. Level 5 and a level 4 Demon Hunter Panda against a level 4 Death Knight, Lich, and Naga Sea Witch. Frostworm now being added into this. This does look more like a bone worm to me. I mean, it's a bone. It's a worm made out of bone. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening here. Ogre Magi quickly getting focused down here. Death Knight really wanting the item more than anything else. Claws of Attack +6 may be given to either the Naga Sea Witch or the Lich. Going to be given to the Lich for that extra bonus damage. +17 attack now, as we're looking at where these units can possibly go. Still no expansions being set up anywhere, as we are moving some Wisp across the field. All right, main gold mine has been mined out. Haunted gold mine has been mined out as well. And this is some bad news for both of the teams. 49/50 for Nicker. Meanwhile, 61/70 for Hopestar. Hopestar should be in a very good spot here, as the Destroyers are now joining in on the fight. All right, let's take a look. Crypt Fiends have to be very careful here, as we now see some damage quickly coming in. Bears really just taken apart in a matter of seconds. One bear down. Second bear gets Staff of Preservation. Third bear down, or third bear out of the fight, as the Potion of Invulnerability was used. All right. Frostworm was taken out, but a new Frostworm now added, as we may see the Frostworm going after the Bears. The Bears now taken down again. Death Knight in a very strange spot, though. Can the Death Knight make his way out of this bad spot? And it looks like he may be able to do so. The Demon Hunter going after the Death Knight more out of vengeance than anything else. The Death Knight just hiding behind some creeps. And let's take a look at this. Oh, the Death Knight is now in a very bad spot. It looks like he'll get taken out by creeps instead. No, he dodges a bit of a bullet, and he is still alive, as the Death Knight survives at 10 hit points. All right, Dryads finally finish off their man, but not before the Lich and the Naga Sea Witch get a lot of experience. There's level 5 on the Lich. There's level 5 on the Naga Sea Witch. And a Talisman of Evasion now being added as well. 21/50 for Hopestar. Nicker sitting, or no, sorry, 21/50 for Nicker. Hopestar probably in the 40s. Yeah, 48. Sitting very strong right now. And we do have an expansion, the Tree of Eternity, now entangling this gold mine here. Dryads picking apart some of these units. The problem right now is that there are 3 Destroyers, and those Destroyers are absolutely useless against the Dryads. So, talk about countering yourself right now. Only the Crypt Fiends can really do anything at all to combat their opponents. All right, meanwhile, Entangled Gold Mine has been completed. Lich going after some of these units. The Dryad at -4 armor, taking an additional 17% damage from every attack. Death Knight getting resurrected. Acolytes need to start haunting this gold mine, as this Tree of Eternity is starting to get more gold. Alright, if this game goes long enough, that would be important. What is going on here? Oh, a quick burrow. The burrowed Crypt Fiend now regenerating hit points about as fast as... Wait, who's getting revealed? Oh, unsummoned his main building. That was absolutely huge. He is now currently revealed, as the Death Knight should be making his way out. Do we have an obsidian statue in play? Yes, we do. That one obsidian statue, pretty much the only hope to try and save all of these units. Let's take a look back down over here. The Demon Hunter is now getting resurrected, about halfway done. But still, if the Lich and the Naga Sea Witch find this expansion, and I believe they will, it should be a very quick GG, as the Haunted Gold Mine now taking a bit of damage. All right. Frostworm, Destroyers, Naga Sea Witch, all right here, ready to go. Wisp trying to save this, not gonna really work out at all, and so much damage to be had. There it goes. There's a Fork Lightning. There goes a handful of Wisp, as we're now seeing at 33/50. Death Knight should be on its way over. There he is, sitting at level 4, and the Dryads are now in full retreat. Demon Hunter will make his way out, but how much can he really do against a triple hero army? All right, let's take a look. Demon Hunter comes out to play just in time to see everything outside his base absolutely getting destroyed. Let's take a look at that. That Demon Hunter is going to get taken down. Come on, Rejuvenation. Death Knight now sitting at level 5. And there is the GG. Nicker losing game number 2. Please stay tuned for game number 3.